Welcome to AI in Everything. Today's episode we'll be talking about AI in your job. Uh, will artificial intelligence destroy jobs on a massive scale and leave millions jobless? Or will it form a new way of working with humans at the core of what we can achieve? The fourth industrial revolution is here. Large-scale automation, robotics, and AI have started to become mainstream. These technologies are being adopted by and large by most companies. Lots of research is being done, and these things improve processes, reduce cost, and increase output and quality. The value of these technologies cannot be discarded. I think Tawanda can agree with me. Uh, it's the value that will come with these things will be amazing.
You can say that again, Chad. And I think some of the things about AI is that most of what's happening right now is still in the research phase. So a lot of the advanced stuff hasn't even come out yet, and a lot of people don't even know what's happening, and that's mostly because this is stuff that people aren't generally interested in. Because it's just still research. But the more as this thing starts to gain traction and actually become products that we use every day, then the more people are going to get interested in it. And the thing is that we need to check out how these things are going to move into research. It's going to be driven by profit, or it's going to be driven by helping people out, or but obviously going to be different reasons for why people are going to want to bring AI into production and take it away from research. And so if most people don't know anything about the technology, then it's natural that they have a fear that's going to come in and take their job, right? Because if you don't know something, it's going to be like, I don't understand this thing. It's definitely going to destroy everything, right?
In this case, ignorance isn't bliss.
Exactly, right? Yeah, so you got to learn more about it, and the only way people are going to learn more about it is if people start talking about it more, which is, I guess, what we're doing here right now.
And for us, for Tawanda and I, this is something we want to educate people about. We want people to learn and be able to understand these things, because I think both of us feel like this isn't something we have to worry about that much. It's something that will transform the world, but it's not going to make people obsolete. And I think a good example of this is back in the 1990s, banks started automating the transactions of cash. So bank tellers people thought bank tellers were going to lose their jobs. And because ATMs came into effect. And this is what people used to do. I think us young people have never seen that in our lives, but that was the thing back in the day. And so when the ATMs came out, people thought that they were going to lose their jobs. They were going to become obsolete, which I think is fair. But the truth is that the ATMs reduced costs and allowed the banks to employ more bank tellers, and their jobs changed. Instead of handling money, their jobs were to speak to clients and find out what clients wanted. And I think that's what we're going to find largely with AI. People are going to be augmented by this amazing technology, and companies are actually going to perform better over time.
Totally agree, man. I get that. Because that example that you're giving there is very interesting, because it just shows while the banks were doing this automation in pursuit of profits, they ended up actually doing the opposite, right? And also helping out people become more social and make the banking environment not just strictly business. Now you can actually, in these days, you walk into a bank, there's an assistant waiting for you by the door, you walk in there, they help you out with everything that you need. And it's more about, making sure the customer's having an enjoyable experience. And if all you want is your money, you just, go to the ATM,
Yeah, and the great thing about it is instead of just handling money, now they can provide the customer with the full experience, give them absolutely everything they need in a short time, don't waste their time, and pretty much get the process over and done and make sure the customer has absolutely everything they could want. Yeah. And I think that's great. I think it really changes the dynamic of how people interact and their purpose in business. And I mean, people love to talk and socialize, so I think that's very important. And it's the biggest distinction, I think, between AI and people is AI can handle these repetitive tasks that don't really add much value, whereas people can actually do what we're good at, which is talking and solving problems. And I think that's awesome.